This planche routine is good for people of all levels. So even if you're a complete beginner, you're going to be able to follow along in this planche routine with me. I'm going to go through the planche shoulder warm-up and then the wrist warm-up. And then we're going to jump into the first exercise of the routine. We have straight arm banded raises. I'm doing this with a supinated grip. The goal is to just raise with your shoulders, protract your scapulas, elbows locked out, and condition your shoulder joint as well as your elbow joint. So there's really no max reps you have to do or no minimum reps. You just do it to warm up the body. So it's going to be taken in on a case-by-case basis for how many you have to do. So again, slow and controlled raise and just warm up the shoulders. Again, we're doing the planche raises, but this time we're doing it with the resistance band around our waist. So that's going to change the angle of the resistance. So again, elbows straight, protracted, scapulas, press, hold, back down. Now we have the wrists to warm up. So I'm going to start by leaning forward, wiggling the wrists, and stretching the wrists to extend backwards this way first. So do a few reps of that. Warm up, switch your wrists over, come backwards like this, wiggle them, make a fist, roll the fist around on the mat just like so. Grab your hands together, wiggle like this. A little bit more on the wrists. Get them nice and loose. Now that we're warmed up, we're going to jump into the first exercise of this planche routine. First up, we have Scapular Push Ups, superset with scapula elevation, depression shrugs. So we're going to train the forward backwards range of motion first, and then we're going to train the up and down range of motion. So we're going to go for 10 reps of each. Get in a push-up position. Scapula.
When doing the scapula shrugs, it's really important to keep your body in the position of a planche. That means keep your glutes squeezed, keep your core squeezed, keep your body in posterior pelvic tilt, keep your elbows straight, and only move the scapula up and down.
And then while you're in protraction, keeping your shoulders protracted, you're going to elevate and depress your scapula. So bring them up to your ears and then down to your back.
For this move, it's the same principle. Keep your body in a planche position, keep your scapulas protracted, and practice raising your shoulders up towards your ears and down towards your butt. The goal is to have full control in a large range of motion for this move.
All right. And rest for 2 minutes, and then repeat for 3 sets. Next up, we have straddle pike to straddle planche lean. So we're going to keep our legs straddled. We're going to have our arms over our head, and then we're going to lean forward into a planche lean. And the goal is to have good protraction, good depression, glutes engaged, core engaged, keeping that pelvic low and in a straight line. And we're going to go for a 5-second lean. Straddle.
For this move, it's more of the same. Keep that planche position and keep your muscles engaged just like you would in a real planche. The goal is not to lean as far forward as possible. The goal is to have the best form I can, even if it means not leaning as far forward. As a beginner, you might not be able to lean as far forward. Just focus on good protraction and good form and build up that good form, and then eventually the lean will come with time.
Woo! That's a tough one. So rest for 3 minutes and then repeat 3 sets. Next up, we're doing pike lean, feet slide into tuck planche. So I'm going to show you what that looks like, and we're going to try and hit 10 reps of this exercise. So you're going to start. Grip the parallettes, pike position, lean into planche, and slide your feet into tuck. And hold for a second. Come back. That's 1 rep. We're going to go for 10.
This move is all about conditioning and building up muscular endurance. You're not trying to max out with this one. You are trying to build up volume and build up your time under tension and your endurance with the planche. Focus on good form and building up quality time under tension with good quality form.
Woo! All right, we're going to cut it there. No, I've never done that one before. That one's really tough. Rest 3 minutes, and then we'll start the next exercise. Next up, we have feet-assisted tuck planche to advanced tuck holds. So we're going to bounce between a tuck and to an advanced tuck with our feet on the ground. We're going to go for 5 reps, and on the 5th and final rep, we're going to do a 5-second hold. Again, I've never done this move before, so this is my first time trying it with you guys. So start with a tuck, planche lean, advanced tuck, tuck, advanced tuck, tuck, advanced tuck. For our last rep, 5-second hold. Oh. Dang, that is rough. All right. Rest for 2 to 3 minutes. And then we have our last movement of this routine. Last up, we have a glute bridge hold for 30 seconds. And we're going to superset that into a hollow body hold for 30 seconds. So I don't have a timer. So I'm just going to estimate about what 30 seconds is. So it's going to be 1 minute total. And then we're done with the routine. So let's begin. Glute bridge hold.